Welcome back to the action of the Piggy Bank Power League Week 6 here, starting off with the RNG Legends visiting the King Boo Bombers. King Boo Bombers looking to continue their hot streak to start the season, 4-1 to start here, 3-2 for the RNG Legends. First bit of action coming up is going to be the bottom of the second. Bases loaded, nobody out. Christian Hogan induces a strikeout, gets a shallow fly to right field. Werner Doyle keeps the runner honest. But then the pitcher comes through with a 2 RBI single, almost getting out of there. No runs scored, and instead of 2-0, King Bombers. Bases loaded here for Johnny Fowler. He's going to smack one up the middle. RBI single here, station to station for everybody. That's the end of the action there. Bottom of the third, Dominic Garrett is going to hit a piss missile gone right center field. 4-1 for the King Boo Bombers here in the bottom of the third inning. 414 feet out of here in a hurry. His 4th RBI of the season. Top of the 4th now, Rowan Kennedy goes ahead and gets those runs right back. Dead center field. Just getting out of here over the outstretched glove of the center fielder. And it's going to be a 4-3 ball game here in the top of the 4th. Back and forth action going on. 406 feet to dead center there. Great player, Rowan Kennedy, keeping the Legends in this one. Bottom of the 4th, though, Preston David gets those runs back again with a bomb to left field. That'll make it 6-3 on the 2-run shot here from Preston David. Watch that one fly. 444 to the back of the left field seats. Now the bases first and second here, and an RBI single it looks like, but Rowan Kennedy with an absolute cannon from center field gets the runner at home, and that's going to end the inning. The bottom of the 4th ends no more damage. And insane base running error here by the RNG Legends. Just an absolute miscue into a double play when it could have been a runner on third, or at least a runner on second with 2 outs. And that is going to end the inning there. Andy McLaughlin in the bottom of the 6th now goes yard here, adds on to the lead, makes it 7-3 for the King Boo Bombers. Next up here, we've got Dominic Garrett, 8-3, dead center. Yet again, he goes yard for the 2nd time today. Absolutely smoked. Really just destroys that ball. Much deeper than the first one. 445. Dead center field off the wall. Top of the 8th now, and we've got an interesting set of circumstances here. Dominic Garrett lays out for it. Doesn't quite get there. That's going to be an RBI double. Can't quite make the play, and that'll make it 8-4. King Boo Bombers still in the lead, but the action's not over here in the top of the 8th. A single hit into the gap. This has got to be a slow-ass runner. Peyton Peck gets the ball into the relay, and they don't even get the runner to second, but they do score 8-5. Werner Doyle next up, with runners on second and third, and he's going to hit an RBI single to make it 8-6. Next up for the RNG Legends is Troy Colon, and that ball's hit deep to left field, and then it's gone. Just sneaks over the wall there. And we got ourselves an interesting game here. They take the lead, RNG Legends. It's 9-8. With the runners on here, a bunt has moved the runner into scoring position, and that is going to be Paul Hull on second, rounding third now, and that is going to make it 10-8. This game is flipped on its head. 8-3 to start the inning, 10-8 here. But bottom of the 9th, we get a walk with one on, or excuse me, a walk with one out, and then a fly ball. The King Boo Bombers are down to their last runner. First base, 2 outs. Nice little single there is going to keep the action going. Winning run coming to the plate for the King Boo Bombers. First and second, 2 outs. It's Andy McLaughlin, and he's going to hit a single, but it's not going to be deep enough to score the runner. It's bases loaded. Any pitch could end the game here, and that's going to bring up Shiloh Fury. 1 for 5 on the day, but can she be a hero for the King Boo Bombers?
Now pitching, Noodles Anderson.
Noodles Anderson pitching? Is this real? They bring in, I didn't even realize, Noodles Anderson is a center fielder. He throws 2 balls to Shiloh Fury, and then she absolutely unloads on the next pitch she sees. It's gone. Walk off grand slam. Shiloh Fury. Unbelievable. Didn't even realize that the RNG Legends put a center fielder into pitch in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs and the bases loaded. What on God's green earth was that? That is unbelievable. But in In King Boo Bombers fashion, Shiloh Fury walks it off with the slam. 12-10 Bombers, they take this one. Next game up is going to be the New Jersey Hustlers versus the Piss Missiles, a battle of the House brothers. Phil House on the New Jersey Hustlers, Porter House on the Piss Missiles. Both teams coming into this game 2-3. Let's see how the action starts here. Liliana Jensen out of here in a hurry, absolutely smoked to the right field wall. 1-0 home run. Solo shot there for Liliana, 352 feet. And that'll make it 1-0 for the Piss Missiles in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the second now brings up Aiden Escobar. Karina Horn. And that'll make it a solo shot to get the game to 4-0. 4-0 here. And the game's getting out of hand quick. Lenny Banks, though, does end the shutout campaign with a homer. Bang, 4-1. But the Missiles still have a 3-run lead here, and that is in the top of the 6th inning. 399 feet, just gets over the wall. His second home run of the season. Next up is going to be bottom of the 7th. Second baseman Fields over to Carter Murillo, but the weakest throw you've ever seen in your entire life, and that's going to score a run on the fielder's choice from Ding Benjamin. Tough play here, but the shortstop's not able to come up with it, and Carter Murillo cashes in an RBI single. Marcus Reed moves everybody over station to station to make it 5-3, but that is going to be the end of the damage. It's 5-3 now in the top of the 9th. The pitcher gets killed, and then the catcher fields the ball, still gets the out. Pitcher says no problem, throws one more pitch, and ends the game. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here in the top of the 9th. Absolute hero work from the pitcher for the Piss Missiles there. Just takes it on the chin, literally and figuratively, and ends the inning. Looks like that was Angelus who finished that one up for the Piss Missiles, but that'll be 5-3 for them. Moving on to the rest of our games for Week 6, we're going to start off with the Nice Steak Dingers versus the Crown Princes. Cassius Garlapali is going to kick us off with an RBI double, and Pee Wee Ochirio is going to double down with a sacrifice fly to make it 2-0 early on. Adkins gets an RBI double for the Princes to cut the lead in half, and Slew Splits ties it up 2-2 on an RBI double play. Chance Shannon retakes the lead with a solo homer, and Pickles makes it 3-3 with a double as we go to extras. 8 innings of no action takes us to the top of the 17th, where Cassius Garlapali hits a 2-run bomb that the Princes can't answer, and the Dingers take this one 5-3 after 17. Blasters versus Drink and Drive is the next up. All blasters in this one as Lyric Hartman kicks us off with a sacrifice fly. Sullivan hits a solo home run. Eugene Randolph hits an RBI single, and it's 3-0 quick. Elian Legstrong adds on a 2-run homer, and Timothy Flau finishes off Drink and Drive with a 2 RBI double, 7-0 Blasters. Sacktown Scrimps visiting the Ball Hogs. Harrison, Barton, and Barron all contribute runs early to get the Scrimps ahead 3-0 after 3 innings. The Hogs claw back a 2 RBI single from Morales to make it 3-2 in the 7th, but that's all she wrote, and the game finishes there. Last game of the week, Stingers versus Dragons. Betwixt Valencia opens the game with a 2-run home run, with Trev Mephisto tacking another on with an RBI double. Gale Cooker hits a 2-run bomb of his own to make it 5-0, and Jalen Fryer puts the game on ice with a sac fly in the 6th inning. Game ends at that scoreline, 6-0 Stingers. That will be the end of the action for Week 6. Join us shortly for Week 7 as we view the primetime games there in the same video. See you shortly. And we're back. Week 7 now of the Piggy Bank Power League. The 3-3 Nice Steak Dingers taking on the 4-2 Blasters. Nice Steak Dingers looking to stay above 500 here. Blasters looking to stay in the top half of the table. Here in the top of the 3rd here, Chance Shannon is going to hit a line drive over to Jasper Albright. Keith Quintero is going to be round first, and great base running by Chance Shannon to take the extra base there. He gets to 2nd. Pee Wee Ochirio up next here. Chance Shannon's on 3rd, and now he makes it all the way home on the gapper. Easy run and an easy double from Pee Wee Ochirio. It's going to be 2-0 Dingers here in the top of the 3rd. Tidley Colon up next, and he does what Tidley Colon does best. He absolutely unloads on this one. One of the most powerful hitters in the entire league. Doesn't always make contact, but when he does, holy moly, that shit goes far. 465 feet, his 4th homer of the year, 7 RBIs, and 4-0 here before Timothy Plow in the bottom of the inning gets the Blasters on the board to make it 4-2 on a shot to left field. Runner on base there is going to score as well. 407 feet for Timothy Plow. 10th RBI in the year, keeping his hot start to the season going.
And Edgar Sullivan now with another runner on is going to send a ball to the deepest part of the field. And it's just going to sneak over the wall in left center field. And it's a tie game. All the action so far here in the third inning. 4 runs in the top, 4 runs in the bottom, 2 2-run shots for the Blasters, and we got ourselves a tie game. Bottom of the 6th now, Enrique Smile lines one just past the outstretched glove of the Dinger's shortstop. The runner on second is rounding, and there's going to be no play at the plate, and it's 5-4 Blasters. Brings us to the top of the 9th. Alan Chen with a runner on and 1 out, but it's a soft ground to the second baseman, and that's a double play to end the game. The Blasters take this one 5-4. Real close game here. Not a whole lot of action except for that very exciting third inning. The players you expect making impact on this game, Timothy Plow, Tidley Colon, doing what they could, but it's the Blasters who come out on top. RNG Legends and Drink and Drive up next. RNG Legend 3-3 on the year, Drink and Drive 4-2. And we are off here in the bottom of the first. Callie Klein leading off for Drink and Drive, and that is just bombed to left field. Gone, no doubt about it. Callie Klein, one of the better players here on Drink and Drive, and in the leadoff spot, producing some runs, her third of the year, all solo shots, 3 RBIs, that's funny. Blaze Frazier just is the best player in the league. Let's in no uncertain terms, let's get that out in the open. His 7th home run of the year. We're in Game 7, his 7th home run of the year. How many RBIs did that put him at? 1 million? Only 9. That's a lot of solo home runs, but it's 2-0, bottom of the first for Drink and Drive. Bottom of the third now, Blaze Frazier. Another one. He's unbelievable. 8 home runs, 12 RBIs, 5-0. Drink and Drive, 432 feet to the staircase. Bang, 12 RBIs in the season. He's the GOAT. Thomas Butters says, oh, don't forget about me. I'm here. I'm here too. Thomas Butters says, back-to-back, 6-0. That one's far. He hit that a real long way out into the street. Almost clears that outer fence there. Sergio Clevery's hyped in the on-deck circle. 444. Second home run, third RBI of the season for Thomas Butters. And bottom of the fourth, you guessed it, it's Blaze Frazier again. Not a home run, but a double this time. It is going to score 2, bringing him up to 14 RBIs on the season. Are we for real? And who's next? It's Thomas Butters. Bang! And that ball is gone. He hits his second of the day. Blaze Frazier scores again. Thomas Butters cashes in his third RBI of the day. And it's 10-0 Drink and Drive in the 4th inning. It's looking tough. Top of the 7th, though, Doily Hamilton, after pitching a shutout here for 6 and some change, she finally gets taken advantage of, and Calais Walter smokes one to the right field wall. 3-run homer, making it a very respectable 10-3 scoreline here. And that'll be the end of the day for Doily Hamilton. Nadia Velez sneezes on the ball, kind of disgusting and gross, and Werner Doyle, also disgusted, says, get that ball away from me. Hits it about 400 feet in the opposite direction. I'd be grossed out too, to be honest. Just hawking a loogie right on the ball and throwing at me. What is this, 1851? Play with some class. Come on. That'll be 10-4. Drink and Drive still up by 6. And who else but Blaze Frazier on second and Thomas Butters at the plate. Let's score some more runs. Why not? Drink and Drive makes it 11-4. Thomas Butters with his 4th RBI of the day, I believe. And Rufus Eel Soup with the last out for RNG Legends is going to be the end of the game there. 11-4, Drink and Drive. Got an easy one here after Blaze Frazier and Thomas Butters basically win this game by themselves. I don't think anybody else really needed to be there. Doily Hamilton goes 6 1/3. Nadia Velez finishes the game. No real danger going on there. We move on. King Boo Bombers versus the New Jersey Hustlers. King Boo Bombers 5-2 on the season, one of the best teams in the league. I believe second in the league right now. New Jersey Hustlers, after having an embarrassing exit to the playoffs last year, lost a lot of talent and have not been great this year. And we're going to see that happen immediately here with Webb Russo. Just a piss missile, 450, almost dead center. It's gone fast. His second of the year, 5 RBIs. That'll make it 1-0. Donald Buckley, one of the rookies here in the Piggy Bank Power League this season, gets an RBI single to make it 2-0. Peyton Peck, perhaps the Bombers' best player this year, hits a gapper there all the way to the wall. He's going to get to second base, and that is going to score Donald Buckley. 3-0 now for the King Boo Bombers. Preston David hits the ball to the exact same spot. Deja vu. And Phil House getting a lot of cardio in today. That'll make it 4-0 King Boo Bombers. Next up here, Phil House tries his best, can't make it, and the runner comes all the way around, and what are we doing here? What happened? Runner advances to third, and Tim Chandler, the pitcher, hasn't even pitched yet, and he hits an RBI single, and the Bombers have batted around the Hustlers in the top of the first. Dominic Garrett with the bases loaded. Just put him out of their misery, man. It's the top of the first. We've had 2 outs for about an hour and a half at this point, and the pitcher for the Hustlers just can't get off the mound. 438-foot grand slam. It's really not even that interesting. And then finally, Peyton Peck puts the Hustlers out of their misery and strikes out. 11 hits, 10 runs in the first inning massacre. Bottom of the first, Phil House, an absolutely enormous home run, cuts the lead to 9. Really great stuff here. Phil House, after running probably 3.5 miles in the top of the first inning, gets one back. Hattie Fletcher, the 2 players being the backbone of the Hustlers, said, guys, calm down. Let's not lay down and die just yet. It's 10-3 in the bottom of the first, and the Hustlers have a chance. Anything is possible in the Piggy Bank Power League. They just have to believe. Just kidding. It's bottom of the 9th. They're still down by 5, and that ball is hit hard, but not hard enough. Game's over. Dominic Garrett flags it down. 12-7. The King Boo Bombers stay on top of the division. On top of the league even, up there with the Stingers, and not sure who else. We'll check in the next episode. But just a bloodbath all throughout, and that'll wrap up Week 7. We'll go to the Sim Games. 3 games to recap here, starting with the Ball Hogs and the King Boo Bombers, who had a doubleheader this week. Randall and Nickerson are going to hit RBI singles, and Craig hits a 3-run blast to make it 5-0 in the 3rd inning for the Hogs. Hazard and Russo each get one back for the Bombers to make it 5-2. Tan Townsend gets an insurance run in the top of the 9th, and the game finishes 6-2 to the Ball Hogs. King Boo Bombers drop one, surprisingly. Dragons versus Scrimps here. Harrison and Barron get the Scrimps an early 2-0 lead, but the Dragons get it right back and then some in the 2nd inning. They pour on 6 runs from an Asbestos Bruce 2-run homer, a Jar Pickle 2 RBI double, and a D. Snyder 2 RBI single. D. Snyder, Sean Fan, and Asbestos Bruce all get another in the 4th, making it 10-2 Dragons. Harrison hits a 3-run bomb to get it back to 10-5 in the 7th, and the Scrimps have a go at it in the 8th, with Dark George blasting a solo shot, and Carter and Harrison cashing in some runs of their own to make it 10-8. Unfortunately, not enough for the Scrimps, and they fall yet again. Last game of the week, the Missiles versus the Stingers. Nothing doing in this one until the 5th inning, where Uber Reynolds gets the first run of the game on a single. Top of the 6th, the Missiles get 3 more from Escobar, and the pitcher, Iris Bowles, gets a 2-run single to make it 4-0. Juliana Roach gets a run on the board for the Stingers via the sac fly, and the Missiles get it right back in the 8th with a Sanford RBI triple. Corinna Horn ices the game in the top of the 9th with a bomb, absolutely ending the chances of the Stingers coming back here. 8-1 Missiles, and that'll wrap us up. Tune in next week for the Week 8 recap, as well as the mid-season check-in. We're going to look at the MVP race, the Cy Young race, and the playoff picture, just to kind of take the temperature of the league as a whole and see where everyone's at. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Have a good one.